to do this, we need the form of a line that is the point slope. Point slope form. And that is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now notice that we will have a point x1, y1, and the slope m in order to use this equation. And we do have that for this problem. So our m is negative 3/5. Our point is negative 3, negative 1. Our negative 3 is x1. Our negative 1 is y1. And so we're simply just going to plug in to this equation. So we have y minus, and be careful here, I'm plugging in a minus 1. So I have a negative from the problem, or a minus from the problem, and a negative 1 for y1 equals m. In this problem, m is negative 3/5 times x, and the same thing here, minus from the equation, and x1 is minus 3. Okay, so our next step is to clean this up. So let's go through, and where we have these double negatives, that turns to a positive 1 equals negative 3/5, and then x plus 3. Here we're going to solve for y. Okay, so our end goal is to have y equal something. In order to do that, we need to use the distributive property on the right hand side. So this is y plus 1 equals negative 3/5 x minus 9/5. And you can either do this calculation in your calculator, or you can think of this as 3/1. And you're going to multiply across. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 1 is 5. Our last step is to get y by itself, and so I must subtract 1 from both sides. That will make this cancel, and I will have y equals negative 3/5 x. And again, this 1, we're looking for a denominator of 5, so this is the equivalent of negative 5/5. So I have negative 9 minus 5, and I get negative 14 over that common denominator of 5. Again, you could do this, negative 9/5 minus 1 in the calculator. Just make sure that this fraction is put in parentheses when you do that. So our equation of this line is y equals negative 3/5 x minus 14/5. A quick check, does our slope in the equation equal the slope we were given? So we had negative 3/5 given, negative 3/5 here. We definitely want to make sure that those match up, because if they don't, we've obviously done something wrong.